Hey guys, now we get to my most anticipated comic of this week, and that is, of course, Batman and Robin. Now, before I get on with the review, I want to show you how the front cover looks like. This front cover looks really nice. So you have, of course, a title, and I'll just move it along up. You have Batman and Morgan, and, they're standing on the bat signal. And this is something like what Batman and Robin would do is stand on the bat signal and look like that. It looks pretty awesome. Now here's a title that says Batman Betrayed. Now guys, in the last issue we saw Morgan offering Damian to join him, and in this issue right here, we see what actually really happens is that we have Damian's answer, and Damian's answer is yes. He took off with Morgan and left to join him. And, of course, Bruce finds out in the beginning of this issue, and he's a bit hurt. He's a bit angry, a bit sad, a bit frustrated. He's emotionally really upset right now at this whole situation. He's not upset at Damian, but upset at himself because, while he's searching, out for Damian right now, out in Gotham, he has, regrets that, he's sorry for, dragging Damian into this mess. And, he says, it's not only Talia's fault, about how he was raised, but it's also my fault, because I dragged him into this. I didn't tell him the truth. I kept him, in the dark too. And saying that, he would have loved to actually, spend time with his son. That as a father, you're supposed to protect and love your son, and that's something Batman wants to do. And, Bruce, as much as it hurts him, he can't really do that as often because, of course, they go out on patrol. And, after you're done patrolling Gotham, you're tired. You always seen that in Batman comics. Batman would come back home tired and restless. Sometimes he doesn't even rest. He probably sleeps for like 30 minutes, and then he wakes back up and goes back out there in the world. And, he doesn't have time to actually spend time with Damian as, father and son. And he regrets that, he wants to have, be able to do that so this wouldn't have happened. But now Damian has joined Morgan. Now Damian joining Morgan, what now Damian has to do is prove his loyalty. Prove that he is finally moved on from Batman by actually, testing him. So what happens is, Morgan is telling Damian, let go of everything. Let go of everything Batman taught you, kill the enemy. Don't ever let them live, And, he says that I'm willing to test you to see if you really have moved on, if you really have let go of, Batman's way or Bruce's ways and, finally become the man you are, And so what happens is also now we find, more backstory on Morgan and Ducard and his whole, life in general. So what we learned is that basically, like we said, Ducard is basically a really good hunter. He is really good at finding people and locating them and taking them out. And he's really good at what he does. And what happens is basically he falls in love. Always a simple, kind of like super secret agent kind of thing. You fall in love with someone, but turns out the person you fall in love with is actually someone who was hired to kill you. But actually this person falls in love with you too. And of course his wife falls in love with him. And she was hired to kill Ducard, but she couldn't put herself to do this because she loves him. She loves Morgan. She loves, her husband. She can't do this to him. So what happens is, of course, the people that hired her found her and threatened her that if you don't kill Ducard, then, we're going to kill your son. And of course, she can't let that happen, and she agrees to. And what happens is Morgan comes around, he's older now, and he overhears what happens, and he kills his mom. He kills his mom. That's a shocking thing. And what happens is Ducard and Morgan begin their training. Because Morgan asks Ducard, can you train me? I want to get stronger. I want to get better. Teach me your ways. I want to, be a really good hunter. I want to be a really good, assassin and whatnot, right? So, of course, Ducard does this. He trains Morgan. And, of course, we learn where Bruce comes in. He comes in and, of course, he takes out, actually, he's fighting against Morgan the first time. He's fighting Morgan, but actually he's way better than Morgan than you expect. He actually knocks him out, and basically Ducard comes around and pulls a gun on him, and Bruce asks him, "Can I join you?" And that's basically what happens in his past, and Bruce finally gets to train under Ducard, and after that we open back up with Damien and Morgan, and what he does is that he's asking him to stop these people from having, was it slave trades or something like that, like trading people off for prostitution, either men, women, or kids or whatever. So he's asking Damien to stop these people and kill them, but Damien, no, but we see something interesting here. Damien still holds on to a bit of something, a bit of fraction of what Bruce taught him. He says, "I won't kill any innocent people," because Morgan says, "Kill everybody in sight." Who gives a crap? Like if you're spotted by someone, kill them, take them out. They don't mean anything. But of course, Damien says, "I don't kill innocent people. I mean, I will kill the villains, but I won't kill innocent people." And that's something that still has a light shined on to Damien. Maybe he might come back afterwards. And after that, of course, Morgan says, you gotta let go of that. You can't hold on to that. And now it's time for your test. And basically, they go in and infiltrate the facility and take out everybody. And then finally, they go to, I think the guy who's selling all these people. And basically, he gives Damien a gun and tells him, when you shoot him in the head, you are ready. You have passed your test. Now do what you have to do and become, the person you are. And that's how the issue ends. And we'll see, will Damien pull the trigger, or will he go around and pull the trigger on Morgan? We don't know. And I have to say, this is really great. Batman Robin, the storyline right now is awesome. It's amazing. The relationship with Damien and Bruce has reached its point where it's like finally getting to the point where we're getting somewhere, right? We finally have Damien moving along from like stop getting really fussy and pissed over Bruce bashing on him and not trusting on him. Now Damien has took actions and left Bruce. And we see Bruce regretting that even more now, and that relationship is building to the point where maybe finally we will see a final turning point in this relationship. Will Damien leave Batman for good, or will they become closer together after this whole storyline is over? I hope they do. But all in all, Batman Robin, really great issue. Check this issue out when you guys can. Really great storyline. Batman Robin's awesome. And that's my review on it.